at Grace Community Church right here in Crossville. Now, if you would, Pastor V. Long, please offer our invocation.
Father God, we are so grateful for a nation that still honors you. We're grateful for a nation where we still have young men and women step forward every day to protect the God-given rights you gave us. We're grateful for all those that served and those that are serving today. Lord, we know that a nation who forgets its warriors is soon forgotten, and I pray that we'll never do that. We thank you for all that you provide for us, and we give you all the glory. In the name of your Son, Jesus, amen. Do the pledge now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's what we do at school.
Thank you, Pastor Villon. Now, I would like to introduce Mr. John Connor, the 2021 Veterans Parade Committee Chairman. Mr. Connor is a Patriot citizen and 7-year resident of Crossville. He loves his country and greatly respects the service of our men and women who protect our country's freedom. Mr. Connor.
Thank you and welcome all. From time immemorial, triumphant leaders and warriors throughout history have been celebrated by parades. Today we honor these men and women, our veterans and our first responders. Today we celebrate these hero veterans, both present and fallen, by parades across America and here in our fair city. I am humbled by the shadow of these men and women who have served our great country, not seeking reward, fame, or glory, but they all served to protect an ideal, a way of life, our freedom. This special nation, blessed by God, they have proudly served. Their sacrifice cannot be measured by a thank you, and that seems barely enough. So this event is an effort that we desire to make and is dedicated as a parade of recognition and gratefulness and tribute to their service. Each of you veterans and first responders are truly American heroes. Crossville salutes all our veterans, all our first responders, and those of the thin blue line, today and always. We should never forget your sacrifice to protect our freedom. I invited a number of state officials and others months ago as we were preparing for this parade. Most had already made other commitments. Governor Lee sent us a proclamation. Senator Blackburn said that she respects our veterans so much, and they truly add to the richness of why we know this is our volunteer state. Representative John Rose, Speaker Sexton, thanked us for honoring our veterans here. And President Donald Trump's people said that he was honored to be invited to our small town and is glad that we have not forgotten our veterans. Lastly, I wish to thank all of the members of my volunteer committee who have put in such time and effort to having this parade happen and to celebrate our country's part, or our county's part, of this finest nation. Our first public servants need no special introduction, but please join me in welcoming County Mayor Foster and Mayor Mayberry, as I am pleased to present to them this proclamation that we have framed in hopes that it will hang in the courthouse with pride. The proclamation, gentlemen, says, by Governor Bill Lee, on behalf of the people of Tennessee and by virtue of the authority vested in me, I hereby confirm Crossville and Cumberland County's Veterans Parade, celebrating this occasion to honor the men and women who have served its country in the armed forces, whom we are eternally grateful in recognition of this day. Gentlemen, thank you. We're glad that you are here with us, And Mayor Foster is here to say a few words.
Thank you. We will definitely find a place of honor to display that. And we appreciate the governor for sending that and for you reaching out to him and for all that you do. It is a great privilege for me to be here today. I truly appreciate it. It's an honor to be able to speak to you. I want to thank John Connor and the Veterans Parade Committee for making all this possible. Just look at this turnout and think of all the work that this has taken. So thank you so much for what you have done. It took so many people. I also want to thank Gary Blaisdell. I see him over here. Gary, he's our Veteran Services Officer, and his assistant Wendy. I'm not sure if she's here either, but they do a great job for our veterans. They really work so hard for them. Their work is instrumental in the lives of our veterans on a daily basis. They work for them and produce real results. The county funds these positions because our veterans are important. Here in Cumberland County and here in Tennessee, we respect and we honor our veterans. My grandfather was a World War II veteran. His brother served. My father served, and several other family members in my family have served. But even though I didn't serve, I was taught respect by people that did serve. I'm thankful I was raised by veterans that taught me respect for God and for family and for country. I'm thankful I was raised to stand up and to respect our flag and our national anthem. And I'm thankful I was raised to respect our veterans and our service members, because our veterans, they are important. They have served to give us that freedom, the individual freedom, individual rights, and individual liberty. And I'm talking literally, not figuratively. We wouldn't hold these rights without our veterans. We all know that freedom isn't free. It is bought and paid for by the honor and the courage and the sacrifice of our veterans. In the past year or so, I've gained an even stronger appreciation for freedom. It made me reflect back, and I used this quote a few weeks back about Ronald Reagan. He said, "Perhaps you and I have lived with this miracle too long to be properly appreciative." Freedom is a fragile thing and is never more than one generation away from extinction. It's not ours by inheritance. It must be fought for and defended constantly by each generation, for it comes only once to a people. Those who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again. Such important words. Those who have known freedom and then lost it have never known it again. I've heard that a lot of times. I'm sure you have too. But for me, those words have an even stronger meaning lately. So I want to tell you, I know that you do too. I refuse to be a part of a generation that loses our freedom. I will not do it. And that's why I'm so thankful for our military and for our veterans. They're important. Their work matters. They help to defend our freedom. And for that, I thank you. Thank you all. And I want you to know it's an honor to be your mayor. I thank you for that privilege. Thank you.
Mayor Mayberry, would you care to step up and address the audience here?
Thank you very much. I too want to give a special thanks to John and the committee that's put this together. It seems like he came to see me probably about a year ago trying to get this thing organized and moving forward, and I really appreciate all that they've done. It's an excellent turnout, and it's my privilege to be here and speak with you today as well. We are here today to honor our service members and remember the sacrifices that made in honor of duty and country. Today we honor these heroes to remember their achievements, their courage, their dedication, and to say thank you for their sacrifices. Thinking of heroes that join us in this group today and those that are only here in spirit, a person can't help but feel awed by the enormity of what we encounter. We stand in the midst of patriots and the family and friends of those that have nobly served. I wasn't born when my father went off to World War II, and after that, the Korean War. But I can't imagine the worry of the family members of the soldiers and the sorrow when they lost one. Not only today should we honor those lost, but also especially honor those families as well. Today we honor Gold Star families. The title, which is reserved for families of military members who have died in the line of duty is meant to honor service members' ultimate sacrifice while acknowledging their families' loss, grief, and continued healing. Although we are not currently in a major conflict like World War II, where 12% of the United States population was in the military, now only 1% of the U.S. population serves in the military. But since 9/11 tragedy, more than 16,000 troops have died in non-combat situations, and 7,000 died in Iraq and Afghanistan wars alone. There are also thousands of living Gold Star members who've lost loved ones in World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and other conflicts. This designation actually started back in World War I, where family members of service members would display a service flag with a blue star representing every family member that they had serving in the military. The star's color would change to gold if the family lost a loved one in the war. In 1928, a group of 25 grieving mothers formed American Gold Star Mothers, devoted to keeping the memory of deceased service members alive. In 1947, the Department of Defense created the Gold Star Lapel pin, which features the star on a purple background and can only be worn by immediate family members of the service members killed in combat. In 1973, the Department of Defense created a similar pin to give to family members of service members who lost their life while serving but not in combat. So every year we set aside Veterans Day to honor all those men and women who have served our country. We celebrate veterans from generations past. We welcome a new generation of veterans home. And we thank our future veterans still serving. We must also remember and honor the Blue Star families, and especially the Gold Star families. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. The parade is officially ready to start. So here we go back to our MC Tony.
You'll notice the parade now is proceeding down Main Street.
Hi, you guys. Sorry I haven't said hi. I know I'm live. I just wanted to let you guys hear what they were saying, but here we are at the parade. So when you guys jump on, make sure you guys are reacting and saying hi. Just right down here in downtown on the square.
We're going to be seeing the Tennessee Highway Patrol, our patrol organization for the U.S. state of Tennessee, responsible for enforcing all federal and state laws. Also, as the parade continues, we'll see the Color Guard Marching Unit. Rifleman William Carl James, Marine Corps, 1996-2003. Army Sergeant, 96 to 2003. Staff Sergeant Artillery. Iraq, Vietnam. Members: Sergeant Morgan W. Strader, Detachment, 1467. Marine Corps leads Crossville. We have the Crossville City Police arriving now in front of us. A marvelous, well-orchestrated organization who protects and serves the community of Crossville. The Tennessee Highway Patrol. Color Guard in front of us now. American flag, Dennis Spry, Marine Corps, 1966 to 72. Sergeant, helicopter mechanic, 1st Air Wing Vietnam veteran. The POW flag. Jack Fogel, Navy, 1959 to 86, Vietnam veteran, retired chief gunner's mate, recipient of 3 Purple Hearts and 2 Bronze Stars, commander, Fleet Reserve, Crossville. The Tennessee state flag, J.J. Jones, Marine Corps, 1967 to 71. Sergeant Jet Engine Mechanic, Vietnam veteran, recipient of the Silver Star. Rifleman, Kurt Ledge, Marine Corps, 72 to 1998. Infantry leader, retired Master Sergeant. Banner carriers, Marine Associate members, Mary Davis and Jan Hayter.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the daughters of Grand Marshal Gordon Kinney, and also to our deputy marshals, Anita Walker, Alicia Stevenson, and Stacy Rogers. Could you please step up?
Good morning. It is wonderful to see so many people here today honoring our veterans. I am proud to introduce our Grand Marshal, my father, Lieutenant Commander, United States Navy, retired Gordon Kinney. Gordon volunteered for service at the age of 17, leaving high school before graduating because, as he says, he wanted to do his part. The course of his 24-year naval career, which began as an enlisted seaman, unfolded against the backdrop of the most significant world events in the 20th century. World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the escalation of the Cold War. Gordon and the crews with whom he served stood ready to launch aircraft headed into harm's way when and wherever the nation and the world needed protection. From the flight deck of many, many aircraft carriers, Gordon saw the world firsthand as few are able. He witnessed the destruction left in the wake of World War across Europe and Japan, and participated in diplomatic peace-building events as nations sought to rebuild. He and the men and women with whom he served answered the call to serve long before President Kennedy challenged us as fellow Americans to ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. They answered, thank you. They answered unreservedly and with great humility. From our father, my siblings and I learned that duty, honor, and loyalty are not simply words. They are a way of life. We learned that excellence in all things is a habit for the men and women serving in our armed forces. This dedication and diligence is often the difference between life and death. My family and I are proud to be here to honor our father and all the veterans here today. We look forward to introducing you to the deputy marshals, each of whom also have a story grounded in service to our nation that demonstrates they earn the title of the greatest generation. We hope that this day inspires all present to remember the sacrifices these service members and their families willingly made, and that you will carry it in your heart each day. Thank you.
In a moment, we're going to hear from Cumberland County High School Jet Pride Marching Band, Drum Major Molly Levers, Woodwind Captains Paige Deck, Brass Captains Cassandra Compton and Damian Lino, Percussion Captain Tyler Looney, and Guard Captain Dacia McGinnis, under the direction of Mr. Bruce Johnson. Would you please all stand as we hear the national anthem from the Jet Pride Marching Band.
We are pleased to introduce Deputy Marshal Philip Billington, Buck Sergeant, U.S. Air Force. Sergeant Billington enlisted in the United States Air Corps when the Army Air Corps evolved into the U.S. Air Force. Sergeant Billington signed up. He was sent to Hickam Air Force Base in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. There he was Ward Master of the hospital. After the events of Pearl Harbor, Sergeant Billington took care of many injured men and women. Sergeant Billington believes that his greatest accomplishment was as a physicist while he worked for NASA. He was the cognate engineer and worked on Ranger 7. It is to be noted that Ranger 7 lunar landing was the first success for the U.S. in the quest to explore the moon. As Ranger 7 approached the moon on July 31st, 1964, it was able to take 4,308 images 15 minutes before impacting on the moon's surface and sent those images back to Earth. While working for NASA, Sergeant Billington also worked on the Surveyor program. a program in the mid-60s that sent robotic spacecraft to the surface of the moon. The primary goal of the Surveyor program was to explore soft landings on the moon in preparation for the Apollo program. 5 of the 7 robotic spacecraft landed safely on the moon's surface. Always with an eye to the sky, Sergeant Billington invented the Star Tracker, an invention that identifies stars based on their temperature. Married to his lovely wife, Miss Wanda, Philip and Miss Wanda returned to their home state of Tennessee to retire, first in Oak Ridge and then to Crossville. They were married for 64 years and have 4 children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and great-great-grandchildren. The next time you see a bright star in the sky, think of Sergeant Philip Billington and thank all the veterans for their service to our great country. Thank you.
And now I am proud to welcome Navy Chief Petty Officer Henry Hank Delarco. Henry joined the Navy in 1943 when he was 18 years old. To Henry, joining the military was just the thing to do. His father had served in World War I, was gassed during the Battle of Verdun, and had to be taken to a field hospital. His older brother joined the Army in 1939 and served in the Panama Canal Zone. His older brother became part of the nuclear test program and was sent home early because of being exposed to radiation. Upon completion of basic training in Sampson, New York, Henry was sent to the North Atlantic anti-submarine warfare in Pensacola, Florida. Flying in SBD dive bombers, Henry said his first dive over the Atlantic was most memorable, as it was difficult to judge the altitude of the plane due to the lack of the horizon over the water. As World War II ended, Henry reported for duty with a crash and recovery unit based out of Niagara Falls Naval Air Station. The unit was assigned to go anywhere they were needed to help locate downed planes and equipment in PBY patrol planes. During the Korean conflict, Henry was admitted to the St. Albans Naval Hospital on Long Island, New York for back injuries he sustained while on earlier bombing missions. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, when the Russian trawlers were approximately 250 miles off the coast of Cuba, Henry and the P-2V crew would take photographs and listen to Russian communication. Crew members were flying so low that they were able to look up into the wheelhouse of the Russian trawlers. The flight crew was ready and waiting for the Russians to come out for photographs. Chief Petty Officer Henry Delarco, on behalf of Americans all across this great land, we wish to thank you for your service.
We next wish to honor Deputy Marshal Andrea Hyde, Lieutenant, U.S. Army. Lieutenant Hyde attended nursing school at the WCA Hospital in Jamestown, New York. Upon graduation, as her 3 brothers had done, she enlisted in the U.S. Army. Lieutenant Hyde was stationed in Wales in the European theater. While there, Lieutenant Hyde worked in a hospital that took care of wounded servicemen and women with eye injuries sustained while fighting in World War II. There she also met her future husband and enlisted man, and they were married on July 5th, 1945. Lieutenant Hyde was active in the United States on the Queen Mary, transferred to Tacoma, Washington, where the newly married Lieutenant Leonard became a mother. Lieutenant Hyde resigned as a mission after protocol for that time, and moved with her husband's sister in Sandusky, Ohio, who were neighbors and students. Lieutenant Hyde and a total of 59,000 Army nurses served in the Navy and Sea. The nurses served under fire in the battlefield and all on the chain of evacuation established by the Army. Many veterans owe their lives to their their dedicated service. We thank Lieutenant Hyde for his service on behalf of all the veterans. We also wish to celebrate Lieutenant Hyde, for who will be celebrating her 100th birthday, December 18th of this year. Deputy Marshal Leonard Hollander, we welcome you this morning. Leonard Hollander was one of 3 from his graduating class of 100 from Miami Beach Senior High School who enlisted in the service. Leonard was not fond of school and had to attend summer school. In 1945, when he enlisted, he was given a card to bring around to his teachers to sign off as completing the courses necessary for him to graduate. He remembers that he received D's, C's, and D's from his teachers, but he was happy because now he could join the Navy. There was also a second equally important reason that Leonard Hollander enlisted in the Navy. His beloved sister's husband was an E-25 pilot. His brother-in-law had almost completed his required missions when a fatal accident over Michigan took his life. That was the impetus for him to enlist. His first duty station was in Memphis, Tennessee, where he was assigned to the mailroom. On Sunday, mail was not usually delivered, but Leonard Hollander delivered it to the cooks and those working in the kitchen. In return for this special delivery, everyone got to enjoy a fine meal of fried chicken. When World War II ended, Third Class Hollander returned to civilian life, but not for long. When the Korean War started, Third Class Hollander was called back up. This time as a communications teleman in Charleston, South Carolina. Third Class Hollander was offered to be promoted to second class if he agreed to enlist. He politely turned down the offer and retired to civilian life. When you think of that next time, stop to ponder the story that they could tell you. We wish to honor Deputy Marshal John Williams, second class storekeeper. John Williams enlisted in the U.S. Coast Guard after completing his first 3 year of college at the age of 17. Enlisted in Nashville, second class Williams was sent for basic training in Brooklyn, New York. Once he completed his basic training, second class Williams was sent to San Diego to attend specialized training school in order to identify Japanese airplanes. With the war ending, there was no longer need for such training, so he was trained to become a storekeeper in charge of payroll. Second class Williams was placed in charge of computing the military payouts for the Coast Guard who had been stranded on the islands in the South Pacific, some for more than a year. This was a difficult job for many reasons. First and foremost, second class Williams was dealing with Washington, as most of the records had been destroyed. The second was that these soldiers, secondly, the fact was that they had been stranded and wanted to receive their back pay was open and were brand new storekeepers for the Navy. A year before he was going to be discharged, his commanding officer wanted to return to the Coast Guard Academy. It was at this time that second class Williams had become the field who was married, so would have to forfeit this opportunity. Discharged in 1948, second class Williams reflects on his time in the Coast Guard, saying that the Coast Guard was wonderful to him. The new civilian and his wife moved to Michigan to be a close family. Using the benefits of the GI Bill, Mr. Williams received his BA from David Liscombe University. He continued on to earn his master's degree in speech from Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan. Then, thanks to a full scholarship, Mr. Williams continued to complete his PhD in business education, which was a fairly new field at the time. After spending many years in the field of education, Mr. Williams became professor of business at Macomb University near Detroit, Michigan. In closing, second class Williams would like everyone to know that during World War II, the Coast Guard was operating under the U.S. Navy, but the Coast Guard operating under the Treasury was established before the U.S. Army to protect the colonists' coastline from the British. He also asked that each of us let Semper Paratus be your guide. Always be ready.
Here we have Mark Lesko driving a 1968 Kaiser Jeep M715. It's a cargo truck. And the 1968 Kaiser Jeep was based loosely on the Willys Jeepster. Jeeps like this one served across the globe as all-purpose vehicles for our troops from World War II to current services in Afghanistan and the Middle East. Dental on South Main Street, Crossville, is presenting a 1944 Willys Jeep, which was delivered to the U.S. Marines in July 1944. He is towing a 1943 M3A4 utility cart from John Wood Manufacturing Company. The Jeep is equipped as it may have been for service in the island-hopping campaigns during World War II. Driving is Dr. Donald Huey, formerly Lieutenant Commander of the Dental Corps of the United States Navy. Here he is today in memory of Knoxville native Lieutenant Commander Earl Henry, dental officer aboard the USS Indianapolis. He is representing a Navy dental officer serving in the Pacific Theater during World War II. Miss Shalina Huey is dressed as a volunteer nurse in honor of all nurses serving in all services and conflicts. They want to thank all of you who served. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce Fan Burns. She is a current LAFRA member. Fan is the widow of Charles L. Burroughs, who was a third-class electrician during World War II. Charles worked on various ships that would repair the damaged ships. The day her husband Charles joined the Navy was the same day, that the Japanese surrendered. Fan says that her husband was a jokester, and he loves to tell people the enemy heard he had signed up and that they better surrender. Fan and Charles were married for 70 years.
Now approaching, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the center, our Korean War veterans are riding in a military truck known as a 6x6. This 2.5-ton truck was a standard class medium-duty truck designed at the beginning of World War II for the U.S. Armed Forces. It has been in service from 1940 until the 90s. The 6x6 continues to be the U.S. standard medium-duty truck and was used in the Korean, Vietnam, as well as the First Gulf War. The 6x6 has been called the most important truck of World War II and became known as the workhorse of the Army. That is a truck. Thank you, gentlemen. Korean veterans Jim Morrison, Tim Hester, and Edward Likovic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, once again welcome the Cumberland County High School Jet Pride Marching Band. Approaching now the military flags. Military flag group. Army flag carried by Sam Cogswell. Marine Corps flag, Dan Davis. Navy flag, Bill Lutz. Air Force flag, John Cable. Coast Guard flag, John Harris. And the Space Force flag, Bruce Sapp. Give them a big hand. Now approaching the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 1015. Vietnam Veterans of America is the only national Vietnam veterans organization congressionally chartered and exclusively dedicated to Vietnam-era veterans and their families. Their founding principle is never again will one generation of veterans abandon another.
Don't do that.
Yes. What's this?
Coast Guard.
Alex Alanich, honoring our United States Coast Guard. What's that? Disabled American veterans. This is Alex here. We saw the Disabled American veterans pass by. Been among the best veterans charities serving our heroes, families, and survivors. U.S. Coast Guard Watts Bar Lake. Coming up, the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliaries Watts Bar Lake Flotilla is with us today to honor our veterans. Thank you very much. Marine Corps Vintage 1969 M151 Jeep passing in front of us. Hi there. Owners Dan Davis, Marine Corps League, founder and commander. Passengers Greg Petty, Marine Corps Vietnam veteran. Now we have coming Sergeant Morgan W. Strader. Sergeant Morgan W. Strader, Marine Corps League, Detachment 1467. Coming up, Cumberland County Young Marines. Next.
Why does it keep honking the horns?
Approaching now, Toys for Tots, a program that will be brought to Cumberland County starting this Christmas by Sergeant Morgan W. Strader, Marine Corps League Detachment 1467.
Sorry. Please stop.
There's still folks at the high school, so it's gonna be a long day.
Coming up, the Upper Cumberland chapter of Military Officers Association of America. The float is flying service flags from Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Air Force, and Coast Guard. It has veteran and retired officers from all armed services represented. Now approaching the Cumberland County Women Veterans. Cumberland County Women Veterans established in 2016 to gain friendships and provide mutual support for local women veterans. We share our military accomplishments, continue our camaraderie among us, and promote female enlistment for today's military. The motto, female military, mission essential.
You guys, I'm doing the live, so back up, please. Just so people who aren't here can watch it.
Approaching now the Crossville American Legion, Post 163. The American Legion is America's largest veterans organization. Members are honorably discharged veterans from all branches who served at least one day of active duty from December 7, 1941 to present. They are veterans strengthening America by supporting a strong national defense, youth activities, Americanism projects, and assisting other veterans. Next, Fleet Reserve and Auxiliary Association Branch 294, Crossville. Members of the Fleet Reserve include those who served in the United States Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard. Individuals on the float represent members of both the Fleet Reserve Association and the Ladies Auxiliary of the Fleet Association, who are related to those who served in the three services.
That, my dear, is a thoroughbred.
Approaching Tim French. Tim French is the U.S. Navy who served in active duty and the reserve. He walks 5 to 25 miles every day carrying the American flag, on which is attached a picture or name of a fallen veteran. He's walked more than 4,000 miles, honoring men and women killed in service to their country. Also, the healing hooves of Cumberland County. If you're wondering why the horse is riderless and the boots are turned backwards, that represents and honors those who were lost in military service. Just passing us now, the National Society, Daughters of the Union. Julia Ann Markham, chapter of the National Society, Daughters of the Union, as they travel down Main Street there. Approaching now the Crab Orchard chapter of the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution. The Crab Orchard chapter of the Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution is composed of ladies who have traced their lineage to patriots and qualified to join and support historical preservation, education, and patriotism. As a group, they volunteer and serve in our community, such as here today with the parade. The chapter regent, Nancy Mitchell. Next, the Sons of the American Revolution, Stephen Holston chapter. The Sons of the American Revolution was conceived as a fraternal and civic society composed of lineal descendants of patriots who wintered at Valley Forge, signed the Declaration of Independence, fought in battles of the American Revolution, served in the Continental Congress, or otherwise supported the cause of American independence.
I like this.
Next, the Veterans and First Responder Memorial at Fairfield, Glade. It's a 501c3 whose mission is to raise funds oversee the construction and the lifetime maintenance of the project. This is a county-wide initiative dedicated to honor our veterans and first responders. Approaching We the People Patriots. We the People Patriots are honored to be in this year's parade to show our love and hope for our nation. We are honoring all our veterans which have sacrificed and given their lives in service for us to be free. Too much blood has been shed in vain by these honorable men and women. People Patriots are for the freedom of our country and our children's children. Wake up, America, our freedom is in great peril.
Thank you for your service, military veterans, retired Air Force lady. Let's go, Brandon! Let's go,
Approaching now, Patriot Guard Riders. The Patriot Guard Riders stand for our fallen military veterans past and present, and our first responders who go down in the line of duty. The Patriot Guard Riders are a nationwide 501c3 organization. The Crossville group is 50 members strong. Next up, the Plateau Patriotic Babes. They're a group of fun-loving, community-minded ladies who gather together once a month to support our local restaurants and charities. Today they wish to honor the women who contributed to the war effort by filling the jobs of our men who enlisted in the military during WW2.
Oh, baby.
The Plateau Patriotic Babes. Coming up next, the Miss Senior Queens are approaching. The first car is the reigning Miss Tennessee Senior Queen, Regina Elliott. Escorted by Major Brian Hutchings, USMC retired. Next car, the reigning Miss Senior Cumberland County Queen, Belinda Duke, escorted by Sergeant Brewing, USMC. Next is the reigning Cumberland County's fairest of the fair Queen, Emma Dykes, escorted by Private First Class McCracken, USMC. Following these lovely ladies are the past Miss Senior Queens. These ladies represent the Miss Senior Cumberland County Association and are all 60 and older. I shouldn't be saying that. I shouldn't have said. It's written on the paper. The group would like to announce that the project Caring for the Veterans Food Drive for non-perishable foods going on now to November 11th, Veterans Day. Donations can be dropped off at both Food Cities Elks Lodge, and the Crossville Memorial Airport. Plateau Corvette Club coming up.
No, Kenny, it is not over. They're still going. Sorry, I'm so quiet, you guys. I just want you guys to hear the announcing and see this on the live. But it's Veterans Day Parade in Crossville. Got the kids out. You guys see community, lovely town coming together. I don't know, honey. And here we go, the Corvettes.
Arriving now, the Plateau Corvette Club. Founded in November 2011, became affiliated with the National Corvette Club. They have 113 members. The club has donated over $10,000 to charity. They enjoy many activities every month, with dine and drives. The club participates and supports the Veterans Day Parade, Upper Cumberland Regional Airport Air Show, the downtown Crossville Cruise-Ins, Ms. Senior Cumberland County Pageant, and host Fairfield Glade's annual Cruise-In to Summer event. Plateau Corvette Club. Next up, Rolling Thunder, Motorcycle Chapter 5. Motorcycles are led by Gary Adler, United States Navy, in his patriotically decorated three-wheel slingshot. Their trailer displays the U.S. flag, with the flags of all the services along with the Soldier's Cross.
Yeah, Mommy used to a long time ago. You can too one day. I'm old. Just watch, just watch.
Approaching now the Stone Memorial High School Panthers Marching Band. The Stone Memorial High School Panthers Marching Band, 40 strong. Listen to their top song. Passing in front of us now, Tennessee College of Applied Technology, Crossville. One of 27 technical colleges across the state. Veterans assistance is available at the school. The float was assembled by TCAT students. From all of us at TCAT Crossville, they thank the veterans and their families. Approaching now the Lake Tanzania Exchange Club. Chartered in 1986 and the national organization in 1979. Primary purpose is to prevent child abuse by supporting community-based programs. Its 4 programs of service are Americanism, community service, and youth programs. The National Exchange Club is a charter member of the National Child Abuse Coalition. Approaching now, Knights of Columbus. Father Gabriel Assembly 2162 was founded in 1862, and the fourth degree was added to the order's principles in 1900. The primary purpose of this degree is to foster the spirit of patriotism in its members. Passing by the Simple Life Church of Crossville, participating in today's parade. Thank you very much. Now approaching Foster Adoptive Parent Association. The Foster Adoptive Care Association is a non-profit organization that functions as an advocacy support group encouraging and motivating foster and adoptive parents for the general welfare of foster children, of which I was one. The children here today
You're
have been
welcome,
placed in
Kenny.
foster or kinship
You're
related
welcome.
homes or have been adopted.
Get ready, you guys.
The masks they wear are to prevent their identities from being leaked. As they continue to flow back.
Can my suckers in your pocket? Since I don't have pockets.
It's okay, baby, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I too was adopted. They got me in a scratch and dent sale, half off. Confederate Riders of America, Cumberland County Chapter 16001. They are a veterans heritage group. They clean graves and monuments of all veterans. The group also stands watch over the monuments of the Veterans Park right across from the courthouse. Fairfield Glade Ladies Club, celebrating 50th anniversary last year. They provide scholarships to young ladies and support charitable organizations in Cumberland County.
I think that's him. I'm pretty sure he's got the most soothing voice, Kenny. He does.
Also approaching the Fairfield Glade Bass Club. They concentrate on improving the fishing in our lakes at Fairfield Glade by participating in catch and release fishing. They're an organization of about 50 members that enjoy the great outdoors. The majority of their members are American veterans that love this country and our freedom.
Broke it, didn't you? No, it actually broke. Never, I picked it up.
We also want to welcome Planet Fitness Growth Partner. Planet Fitness Growth Partner's motto is, "We change people's lives."
Welcome everybody that's on here. Make sure you guys are throwing up them reacts. Give me a thumbs up, a heart, something.
Welcoming good
Show
time.
support for all our veterans out here.
Wines,
Thank you for their
wine,
services.
spirits,
Thank
and
them with all
brews.
your reacts.
Come in handy about right now. My nose is froze.
Yeah, they're
Crossville Shooting
announcing
Sport
each
Park,
section, so they're stopping.
150-acre
We thought
park,
it'd be
including
quick.
sporting, plays, skeet, and trap.
Ah.
Boy Scout Troop Pleasant Hill, Troop 170.
Step back, kiddos.
Here's a Fur Babies Pet Salon. Full service pet salon. Any brood inside. Cheese and bunnies well improved. Approaching is Nathan Dawkins. Welcoming the Jeepsters as they trek down Main Street.
There's a ducky.
I like the announcing. I will say that too, Tracy. Yeah, I really do. This is the most viewers I've ever had on the live. Carla, step back, please. Carla, step back, please.
There's no one
Step
coming
back,
this way.
please.
Tommy's Motorsports approaching. Tommy's Motorsports of Crossville salutes all veterans and thanks them for their service. Today they have a Honda Pioneer utility vehicle pulling a trailer with a Bad Boy Zero.
Hey, you're very welcome for the video, you guys. I literally was like, hey, let's go live so people who couldn't make it. I work from home, so I can come out and basically bend my schedule to come and do things like this. So I'll do this as much as I can for you guys. I don't mind it. I actually enjoy this stuff. It's still going on. Hi to everybody who's jumping on. Sorry I'm quiet. I want you guys to watch the parade with us. Out here downtown Crossville, Tennessee.
We have family volunteers for House Interest Free. Habitat's just finished their building the 72nd home. Fly Green Equipment, formed in November 2006.
I know, Tracy. I know, Tracy. It's crazy.
Fly Green just opened on North Main Street here in Crossville. Robert Brindle.
I don't know where you guys can share this video out to, but if you guys want to share this video out to your friends on your page so other people can watch with us, I'd really, really appreciate it, and that would be awesome. Also, if you guys can post in groups that will allow you to post this in, we can spread the word in Crossville Chatter or any other Crossville site to get this parade out to our community. They all were soldiers earlier. Now I'm not so sure. Uh-oh. Ah, get it, Har. Go, Harlan. Get it. Go get it. They did all the soldiers earlier. The very beginning. You put it in my pocket, buddy.
Parade, and we appreciate them very much. My oh my, what a truck.
Oh, yeah, I see that around town.
What is this?
I'll come back. Get that. Go get it, man.
Mine.
Okay. Can you guys, he's back there. He'll be right back. Yes, we got it to Arizona. They did, Kenny. They did.
Postal Service truck.
I'm going to keep this video up so this video won't go down. I will save it and post it, so if you want to go back and watch it after that. If anybody who's on here that does not, or not friends with me on Facebook, want to go ahead and add me, that's fine. I love making friends. That way you guys don't miss anything like this again.
We have Dustin Lee Parker.
People are still texting saying they're still down at the high school, you guys.
These are added participants in the parade. We're glad that they are here today. The fire department. Ivy Gardner Mayberry.
And here goes all our
She's vying
servicemen,
for General Sessions
our firemen.
Judge.
Woohoo! All the good people who help save our lovely folks of Crossville and our homes and buildings and services and do all they can for us, sacrifice their lives. Thanks, Kenny. I actually have my own business where I run it online. I go live on Facebook all the time. Hi, Marissa. There's a baby in there.
And the fire trucks. The Girl Scout Service references in the trucks. Waving on the hill line. I want to thank the Crossville Fire Department, Fire and Rescue, and the Cumberland County Fire Department as well. Crossville Fire Rescue, the City of Crossville is led by Fire Chief Chris South. And the Fire Department will be turned over to citizens, a variety of emergency services and more.
Sounded like it was right.
It did, didn't it?
There's Cumberland County Fire Department approaching.
Hope you're having a good day, Marissa. I hope all of you on here right now are having a great day. And if you're not, please smile. This stuff is something to smile about. And of course the sirens had to go off when I was talking. That's true, Kenny.
Fairfield Glade, the Girl Scouts. Girl Scout Service 126, group of 10 Cumberland County Girl Scout troops building girls of confidence, courage, and character. They make lifelong friendships while finding adventures as far away as Washington, Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina, or close to home, camping, riding horses, and trying out new projects. Welcome the Girl Scouts as they pass down Main Street. As we approach the ending of the parade, ladies and gentlemen,
that's so awesome, Rick.
Thank you all very much for coming out today. It truly has been an honor to have been asked to come and MC the parade for you today. We've had lovely weather.
There's Alicia!
The sun finally made it to my face. Hi. Girl Scouts individual floats that they made for themselves.
She works with Matthew and she's a lovely customer of mine. I see the friends requests coming in. You guys don't be shy. You guys all send me friends requests. Everything's great. We are at the end of our parade because as you see, they're clearing up right there. Here we are at the end. And there's the police help guiding everybody
I've
through.
asked them to turn those things down, but they won't listen to me.
I have enjoyed every minute of this parade with y'all. I hope you guys have enjoyed it with me. I know I stayed pretty quiet, but that's just so y'all can enjoy and hear everything that I was hearing as well. So I'm going to pack the kids up. We had a great time. Thank you, Crossville. I love this town. I complain about it, but I do love this town. So all y'all, I love you. Thank you. I will sign off.
Our parade for today. We thank you all very much for coming out and supporting our veterans. Remember, we do this on Veterans
I'll sign off in a minute, you guys.
We do it every day. Again, thank you for coming, and thank you all of our veterans for the service that you've rendered to our country to protect our freedom.
All right, guys, I'll end this video the same way I end mine so that all of y'all that are new don't know how I do it. I do run my own business. I will do a shameless plug, so if y'all send me a friend's request, you might see those posts, but I do stuff like this all the time. So thank you all so much. Be kind, be nice, and stay happy. Let me see if I can do this. And I'll see you guys real soon. This is what I look like. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.